Aloha kakahiaka kako, and welcome back to Maka Koa. I'm your host, Kalena Carpenter. Today is Monday, October 24th, and it is an A-Day. I know we've been gone for a while, but to be honest, we needed that break, and we all needed some extra cheer practice time during advisory. But here we are, back and better than ever. Let's get started by handing it over to our Kane Keikikahu Dawson to hear what mana'o he has for us today.
Mahalo Kalena. Aloha Maka Koa, Keikikahu Dawson Dudua bringing you this week's devotion. Today we'll be reading from the book of Luke chapter 15 verses 11 to 32. But I won't be reading all of that today. I'll just be paraphrasing. You see, this story consists of a prodigal son. A son who wanted his inheritance early. When he received his inheritance, he went out into the world, he partied, he did all that he could, and spent all of his money. In the end of that, he slept with the pigs. He slept with pigs. So, one day he made up his mind to go home. And instead of his father being angry, he missed his son. He welcomed him with open arms, with loving arms, and he shared his love with him. You see, wherever you're at in the world, whatever you're doing, whatever has happened to you, even though you're alone, you will always have a home. There will always be arms open to you. Epule kako. Dear God, thank you for this day that you have given us. Please continue to keep everybody safe, and please heal everybody that has had this sickness that's been going around. I pray that we have a good day today. I pray that we have a good rest of our week. In Jesus' name, amen. Back to you, Kalena.
Mahalo Dawson for that awesome mana'o. Now let's get started. First up, we have our Ike Hawaii segment featuring the word of the day, followed by a new episode of Post of the Warrior Homecoming Edition with Aubrey Ahana. Let's get started.
Aloha Warriors, O'Reilly Ko'uinoa, and I'm here with our word of the day. Today's word is hoi hoi. Hoi hoi means interesting, entertaining, and joyful. Last week was homecoming week, our first normal, mask-free, non-COVID restricted homecoming week since 2019. Because of that, everyone was so happy and excited. I'm sure all of us felt that hoi hoi feeling last week. Let's carry that feeling with us as we progress through this quarter, the rest of this semester, and the rest of the school year. Ayo Warriors, mahalo for watching.
Aloha everyone, Aubrey Ahana here for another Post of the Warrior segment. As you know, homecoming wasn't too long ago, and we see you Papa Makaloa. Congratulations on those dubs, and congratulations to everyone else for the hard work and team spirit. Now let's go a bit back in time to homecoming week itself. Let's see who initially thought would win the homecoming week competitions. Who do you think is going to win class cheer and why?
I think the juniors are going to win because the lyrics are pretty good and everyone's weirdly hyped about this, so I think we got it. Seniors, it's a Kako thing! Woo! Juniors, because we're just built like that. We're better than you. All of you.
Okay.
The juniors, because I think our class advisors are doing a really good job, and I don't know, I just have confidence in our class.
We're gonna win.
I think the seniors got a good chance at it. I think we got in the bag, so I think we're gonna win. And yeah.
Well, I am the class advisor for Kaupapa Ko, so it's hard for me to be objective, but I'm gonna go with my seniors. And the main reason why is just there's been a culmination of collaboration throughout the entire class and input from different places, and I feel like the end product is pretty swell. So really excited to see it go down today.
Popoloe on top. Thank you.
Which class do you think showed the most spirit and why?
I think all of us were equally great in our spirit week of showing and expressing the way that we dressed. But I think I like the seniors more. Not to offend the other classes, but you know what I mean. I think that's because the way they dressed, I guess. That's why I liked it. And just the way they acted.
I think the seniors or the juniors. Yeah, because they really had the most hype. They brought it at lip sync and class cheer. Yeah, and all their fits were pretty fire. Yeah, also most of the class was wearing fits and probably had the most points out of all the classes. Yeah.
Thank you. That seemed like quite a week, Warriors. Seniors and juniors, that was a pretty close one. Sophomores and freshmen, you'll get them next time. I hope everyone had a fun and eventful homecoming. I'm Aubrey Hanna reporting for Maka Koa, and I'll see you next time.
Mahalo, Aubrey. Getting into that time machine was pretty cool. Up next is a segment I'm sure you've all been looking forward to, our homecoming week recap. Let's get back into that time machine to see some of the best moments from last week.
What's up, Warriors? My name is Leilani.
And my name's Kavika.
And welcome to our Homecoming Week recap.
Let's dive right in. Starting off our homecoming week, we had Haumana dress up in their funky fits as it was themed 80s disco. Later during lunch, we gathered around Kapalala Valu building to start off our opening ceremony. During the ceremony, we introduced our class mascots holding their flags, representing their class. Afterwards, we had the mascots compete in a mascot relay to see who was the fastest. What a way to hype us up for our homecoming week. On Tuesday, Haumana dressed up in their country cowboy outfits, wearing their flannels and cowboy hat. Later on, we had our lip sync competition where each class performed an amazing choreography, trying to show us who had the better performance while impressing the judges to get points for their class. Each of the class's choreographies were once-in-a-lifetime performances. Wednesday, we went back to our roots and went tourist style. Haumana showed up in their Hawaiian print polos, straw hats, and leis. During lunch, we had a fun game of musical chairs in the high school quad. On Thursday, all Haumana dressed up in their class shirts, repping their class to the fullest. We later gathered at Kaulahea Nui o Kamoku Gym to present our class cheer. This time, we had a special guest, the middle school. Each class took turns sharing their class cheers, starting with the middle school, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and lastly, the seniors. Afterwards, everybody celebrated with our cheerleaders, having a good time. Later on, we had our warrior night, where we showed our parents our school spirit. We started the night with the hula aiha'a from our football boys. Then we introduced our fall sports athletes. Moho representatives, lip sync, and then we ended it off with our class chair.
Vanessa Ching, Student Activity Coordinator of Kula Kiakia. This year's theme was Don't Stop the Music, and we picked this theme because it reflected our school theme, Pupukahi I Holomua, which is to progress and move forward no matter what comes your way. And we wanted to do the same by not stopping the music. You just got to keep going, keep moving, keep grooving, even though you're faced with obstacles. It was just wonderful to hear all the voices, to see the smiles from both Kumu and Haumana.
Thanks, Feeks. Closing our homecoming week on Friday, Haumana dressed up in their notorious R&B fits. We held flag football games during lunch. What an exciting way to spend it. To top off the week, some of us even got the chance to attend the homecoming dance. After school, Haumana got dressed up and ready to dance the night away. We got the chance to bond with each other, dance around with the next level 808 music, and eat yummy bentos. We had various activities and lawn games going on as well. What a night, Warriors. On Saturday night, we played our homecoming football game going against Maui High. Our cart teams finalized their carts, putting last-minute touches before the judges viewed the final versions. Make sure to give a huge mahalo to your cart teams as they worked so hard to put together those wonderful floats. During halftime, the high school student body participated in the class parade. Showing off our school spirit, we got to walk together with our classes, holding banners, cheering, and presenting our moho representatives on our class carts. Our freshmen moho alakai were Kahalia o Ku'uhaula Kana Yarborough and Kuka Mai Hui Kapono Kahaloa. The sophomores moho were Reese Dean and Ariana Ibana. The juniors were Nakea Kahalehau and Zyla Honda. And last, but certainly not least, was Kate Kagasan and Tilesa Ibana as your senior Moho representatives. They performed shortly afterwards. It was such a beautiful performance. We also had a recap of all of our homecoming festivities with the point results being announced. It was a fiery battle as Hamana completed throughout the entire week, no matter what the scores showed. My Ka'iloa Warriors. After halftime, our boys pushed through but fell short 34-14. It was so great to see everyone enjoying themselves with their friends and respected classes during homecoming week.
I wonder what will happen next year.
Signing out, this is Leilani Varas
And Kavika Lessa for Maka Koa. Ahui ho!
Wow, what an amazing week. Ho'omai ka'i e ka papa makaloa for winning first place overall, and to all classes for a fun-filled week. Mahalo to all those who helped make it happen. Have you ever listened to teachers' instructions and not quite understand what they're saying? In this next segment, we have Peyton Kagasan as a pigeon translator. After that, we'll hear some health tips from our very own Coach O'Brien.
The following video is not affiliated in any way with Kamehameha Schools. The video is an advertisement for Pigeon Translator, filmed with real people, not actors.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So today I brought a pigeon translator, hoping that maybe you guys can understand me better.
How's them, cuz?
I need to tell you guys something kind of important.
I need to tell you guys something, man.
Nobody participated in our Disney fundraiser.
You scrubs never donate nothing.
You only needed to donate $1.
$1 is enough, bro.
That's not even that much.
That's like small kind. I know you guys get money.
You guys are always spending money on things you don't need. I see you walk in with Starbucks, your AirPods.
See all your new rims, all your new lifted Yodas.
Hey, are you listening? This is important.
Oi, you there for what?
Oh, sorry.
I really want you guys to have a good time.
I like you guys have good fun, bro.
But if you don't put in the work and you don't donate, it's not going to happen.
Donate or we can meet in the parking lot.
I don't think I said that.
Sorry.
If you like the advertisement for the Pigeon Translator, call 1-808-WE-GET-'EM. Give me.
That's 1-808-WE-GET-'EM. He'll translate for you at home, work, school, or any place. Pigeon Translator only costs $19.99. One more time, that's $19.99. One more time, if you call 1-808-WE-GET-'EM, Pigeon Translator will be at your house.
I think one of the things we need to work on at this school is our hips. I think all of our hips are too tight, and therefore we can't get strong because they're so tight. So one of the things all of the students, student athletes at this school, we all need to work on is our hips, hip flexibility, so we can get our hips strong, so we can get them powerful. So what we do is something called windshield wipers, where they're moving their hips only, not their upper bodies, trying to get that hip mobility. This is something anybody can do and everybody should do. We're going to talk about the power clean. So we transition through 3 phases. Pull number 1 to the knees. This is where we start actually jumping. There's a transition, I call this the scoop, where the hips get back underneath the bar. This is the beginning. She actually should be jumping right now, so go ahead. The second pull and the landing with loud feet. She slams her feet to the ground. You saw she did a front squat. Okay, so the parallel squat is another multi-joint movement. This one for strength mostly. So what we do first is we release the hips backwards. That's counterintuitive. The first thing is backwards, even though this is a downward movement. And then he continues down, down, down until the top of his thigh is parallel to the ground, a parallel squat. His eyes are still straight ahead. He still has the arch in his back. Back up, tuck your hips back in. Complete. One more, please. Release your hips down, parallel, back up, tuck your hips in. How do you know if your hips are not flexible? If you saw some, you're going to see some, or you've seen some parallel squats in this segment. If you can't get down to parallel just on your own without a bar on your back, you probably need to work on your flexibility.
Mahalo Coach O'Brien for the fitness tips. Up next, we have our long-awaited Kawila Sports Update with Tayden James Pucklib. Take it away.
Mahalo Kalena, Aloha Warriors, my name is Tayden and welcome back to our Kowila Sports Update. Let's get right to it. Starting off with volleyball, on October 11th and 12th, our girls volleyball team competed in the MIL volleyball tournament. On the 11th, they played against Maui High and won in 3 straight sets. On the 12th, they just fell short, losing to Baldwin with the game going up to 5 close sets. In the end, our Wahine Koa placed second in the tournament. Up next is bowling. We recently saw the end of our boys and girls bowling seasons. Both teams kicked off the MIL tournament with matches against Maui High. Both teams swept the first round and moved on to the MIL championship match against Baldwin High School. The girls swept their matches, highlighted by a team high score of 736 and a senior Poli Kaya's 177. Our boys played a very close match against Baldwin, forcing a 4th game against the Bears. In the end, our boys won, highlighted by a team high score of 797 and seniors Anson Cabello's 192. Both of our teams ended the season as MIL champs and will head to the state championship next week on Oahu. Now it's time for air riflery. On October 15, our air riflery team had their last MIL meet at Baldwin. Our boys team placed first with a combined score of 1,986. Their top scorer being Bennett Takahama, scoring 516, who is also the highest individual score for the boys division. Our girls team placed third with a combined score of 1,963. Their top scorer was Ava Takahama, scoring a 500. Huge congratulations to Bennett Takahama, Luke Sheehan, Brandon Sato, and Jason Tanaka. The number 1 team automatically get their top 4 shooters sent to states. As for our girls team, junior Ava Takahama and a freshman Ava Rutherford Storm both securing a spot at the state championships. Also on October 15th, we hosted our cross-country JV champs. For the girls race, Samantha Abernathy placed 3rd and Nevaeh Cook placed 5th. For the boys race, Blake Abernathy placed 8th.
This past weekend, the varsity cross-country championships were held here on campus, and the girls team came in 5th. The top girls finisher was Cadence Merritt, coming in 20th. The top boys finisher was Bryson Cogasol, coming in 30th. Both will be heading for states this weekend on Kauai.
Maika Iloa and Akoa. Let's throw it over to Rams and Fruin for an inside look at our homecoming football game against the Sabres of Maui High.
Thanks, Tayden. Last Saturday, our JV and varsity football teams faced off against the Maui High Sabres on homecoming night at our very own Kuna'iaupuni Stadium. Our JV boys had a hard-fought game against a stubborn Sabre defense. However, in the second half, the Warrior offense broke through and scored 19 unanswered points, while the Warrior defense was stout and finished the game with a 19-0 victory.
I think that we started off it wasn't that good during the first quarter, but I think we gained ground during 3rd and 4th quarter. We could stop their drives and we could make some passes.
In the nightcap, our varsity boys started off strong, scoring on their first possession on a pass from Po'okelo Ayu to Xavier Schiffler. After that, the Sabres rattled off 34 unanswered points with big runs and passes. The boys finished the game with a Po'okelo Ayu 4-yard touchdown run, making the final score 34-14. The leading rusher for the Warriors was Po'okelo Ayu, rushing 13 times for 35 yards and a tutty. Po also threw 33 times, completing 20 of them for 236 yards and another tutty.
Po, how do you feel about tonight's performance?
It was a hard one. You know, they're a great team. They came out ready to play. We just couldn't execute to our best ability, and you know, it showed in the end, but we're going to keep working and keep pushing through.
So tonight you played a different position than you usually do. You played quarterback. Was it challenging playing a different position for you?
You know, new things are always challenging, but the great players, they step up in those situations. We had some injuries this game, so, you know, I had to step up, play a different position than I'm usual to, but I feel like I went out there, did a pretty good job. I tried my best, you know, my teammates backed me up, and it's hard, but, you know, it's something that I had to do.
It was a bittersweet homecoming night for the football boys, but like Paul Keller said, there's nothing else to do but persevere.
Our football boys went up against the Baldwin Bears last Friday on senior night. Both JV and varsity came out victorious. And there you have it, Warriors. Our long-awaited Ko'ila Sports update. Back to you, Kalena.
Mahalo, Tayden, and don't forget to support all of our Warrior athletes who are competing in state tournaments this week. You know what time it is. It's quiz time. Since no one got the whole answer correct from our last broadcast, we're moving on to the next question. And don't forget, you have to get the entire question correct in order to win the small prize and a place on our Big Brain Warrior wall. Get your phones and laptops ready. Last week Sunday, October 16th, was the birthday of the last heir to the throne of the Hawaiian Kingdom. This princess never had the opportunity to lead the Hawaiian people, but she was instrumental in spreading awareness about the overthrow in her early 20s. Now the question for today is, who was this mo'i? Again, who is this mo'i? Submit your answers using the QR code on the screen. And now for our final segment of the day, back for an encore performance is our very own Kumu Raskas and his band, Kalulu, performing the song Wake Up and Live by Bob Marley.
Aloha kakahiaka mai kako. So here with me today, this morning, I have the band Kalulu, part of the band Kalulu. Now Kalulu is a dish from Trinidad, which means everything coming together, you mix it up and you make something nice. And they have a different version in all the parts of the Caribbean. And kalo, you know what kalo is, and lu means to spread or to sow the seeds. So, two meanings, Hawaii, Caribbean, same kind of vibe. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wake up and live now. Wake up and live. Wake up and live, yeah. Wake up and live. Life is one big road with a lot of signs. So when you're riding through the ruts, don't you complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief and jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts, put your visions to reality, yeah. All together now, wake up and live, yeah. Wake up and live. Wake up and live, yeah. Wake up and rise. Ye mighty people, ye more warriors. There's work to be done, so let's do it a little by little. Rise, oh rise, oh rise, from your sleepless slumber. Come warriors, come! We're more than sands on the seashore, we're more than numbers, more than 1, 2, 3, 4. Now wake up and live, yeah. Wake up and live. Wake up and live, yeah. Wake up and
Wow, Kumu. Let me know when the next concert is. Well, mahalo for tuning in today. Our next broadcast will be next Monday, October 31st. As a reminder, you can watch this broadcast or any previous broadcasts at any time. Just head on over to the Maka Koa YouTube channel and click on the episode you want to watch. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, Warriors, this is your host Kalena saying a big ahui ho. Ila mai kai I mua Kamehameha.
Aloha kakaiaka, hey, I'm talking to you. Maka Koa broadcast, we're bringing the news. We're so happy you could be, on this beautiful day. Ma'apu'ea, beautiful Hawaii.